Recently, a friend actually, confided in me and told me, Shadrach, I'm quite, happy to start this investment journey with you, but I just don't want to create another platform, because I've got several bank accounts as well as, Moneybox and, other investment platforms, and I don't want to create a new one. So is there a way that I can invest in the stock market without necessarily opening a new account? So I said, well, I'll investigate. And today I'm very happy that there is a smart way to invest in the stock market, particularly invest in the S&P 500, the Vanguard S&P 500 using Moneybox. So in this video, I'll be showing you how you can invest in the stock market to buy the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF via Moneybox. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Diaspora Careers and Investments. My name is Shadrach, and in this video, I'll show you how you can invest in the Vanguard S&P 500 via Moneybox. Yes, so how can you invest in the Vanguard platform or the Vanguard S&P 500 using Moneybox? And this is particularly important because many people have, already got the Moneybox app where they use it for their lifetime ISA. And Moneybox also represents an element of trust to many people because they have the app on their phone, and so they feel they are in control. Of course, in the past, I've explained that, using the Vanguard platform may be good because they don't have an app. And while I've thought that to be a strength, that you don't have access to it on your app, and so you don't have to panic when your stocks drop or, to sell when you panic or, always checking. No, I prefer the Vanguard platform because they don't have an app. And so you have to make conscious effort to go on your computer or your browser in order to check your, your system. I prefer, not to have it on an app so that I can automate it. Yes, I recognize that, not many people are comfortable with this option. Some people rather prefer to have an app, especially an app that they already use and they are familiar with. And to many people, Moneybox represents that, option for them. So I still hope you would invest in the, in the stock market, and Moneybox gives you an excellent opportunity to do that. In fact, I've come to like the Moneybox app because beyond, the accessibility and the element of trust that it gives many of my viewers who have the Moneybox app, it also allows you to buy from other shops. And I'll explain. Unlike the Vanguard platform, which sells only, Vanguard ETFs, which are great, by the way, on the Moneybox app, it also allows you to buy from other places like UBS, Fidelity, even some other funds which is not available on the Vanguard platform. So I guess if you want that one-stop shop, to buy from other places, then Moneybox can give you that option. If you're new on this channel, kindly consider subscribing for the value that I provide. And if you like this video, kindly consider liking it so that the YouTube algorithm can help us reach more people. Enjoy. So to begin with, you go to your Moneybox app on the phone. If you've not downloaded it, you simply go to the App Store and you can simply search, the App Store, and then go to your Moneybox, and then you'll find it not too far away. So this is it. So you can simply open it if you've already downloaded it. So when you open the Moneybox, it gives you quite a few options. Yes. There's the lifetime ISA there, which obviously is the account that you use if you are trying to buy your first home in the UK. It allows you to save up to, £4,000 each tax year. And the government pays you a bonus of, up to £1,000 each tax year. So that is, exciting. You must definitely use it if you're trying to buy your first home and you are under 40 years. I've already recorded a whole video on what the lifetime ISA is. If you've not seen it, I'll put a link to it in the description box below. There's also the option for cash ISA, which is simply a savings account, which allows you to earn interest without paying any taxes on it. But I must say that the cash ISA with Moneybox is one of the, the good paying ones. So I'll certainly recommend it. So if you're trying to, save money, any amount you're trying to save, up to 20,000, you can earn up to 5.09. 5% is decent in this environment on your cash without paying any taxes on the interest. And then obviously, there's a stocks and shares ISA, which is what this video is really about. You'll also see, the savings account option, and then the general investment, account. Of course, there's also the personal pension you can use, and I have a whole video on the personal pension. I'll put a link to that also in the description box below. But really, the difference between the cash ISA and the savings account is that for the savings account, if you earn an interest beyond a certain amount, you may have to pay taxes on it. But if it's in a cash ISA, which is also a savings account really, then you don't have to pay taxes on the interest. Likewise, the general investment account is just like, the stocks and shares ISA. However, any interest, beyond a certain amount that you earn through the general investment account, you would have to pay a tax on the interest through the general investment account. So really, whether you want to just save cash or whether you want to save, invest in the stock market, it is advisable that you use, the cash ISA option or the stocks and shares ISA options, respectively, in order not to pay any taxes on the interest that you make. Remember, however, that for each tax year, you are only allowed to open one each of lifetime ISA, cash ISA, and stocks and shares ISA in each tax year. You cannot open more than one in each tax year. Of course, if you already, have a stocks and shares ISA in this tax year in another, with another provider, then you can transfer to Moneybox and it still applies. Otherwise, then you may have to wait till next tax year to use the stocks and shares ISA option. But of course, you're allowed to, use the general investment account option, but it's not tax efficient. So that's it. So really, this video is, in fact, before then, remember between these three ISAs, which is the lifetime ISA, cash ISA, and stocks and shares ISA, you're allowed to save, or invest a total of 20,000 between these three. So let's assume you exhaust your 4,000 option for the lifetime ISA, then you've got only 16,000 pounds left, to split between cash ISA or stocks and shares ISA. But not many people are able to, exhaust, the 20,000 allowance. So yeah, let's go into the stocks and shares ISA option, which really is for investing, so that, whatever amount that you earn in interest, you do not have to pay taxes on it. So the stocks and shares ISA option, obviously allows you to, start with £1 till 20,000, which is tax-free. The good thing is that, for whatever cash that you have in this account, even if it's not invested, Moneybox will pay you an interest of 3.8%. Of course, it's not the same as the cash ISA, which pays 5.09%, but at least you know that your money is doing some little work over there as well. So these are just some general guidelines, that, unlike a savings account, for a stocks and shares account or an investment account, there is, or there are charges. I think Moneybox charges you, £1 per month, which is waived for the first 3 months. And then the platform also charges you, 0.45%, which is what 0.0045. So quite a little amount. And then depending on the fund that you also invest in, there may be some charges up to 0.58%. So, I guess, it's really good, I must say. So there are some, FAQs, frequently asked questions. So what is the stocks and shares ISA? I've already explained that. It allows you to contribute 20,000 each tax year without paying, without paying taxes on the interest. So yeah, this is what I already said. So that if you've contributed 4,000 into the lifetime ISA, then you only have 16,000 for the stocks and shares ISA. But of course, if you've also used, say, 10,000 for the cash ISA, that means that you're only left with 6,000 to invest in the stocks and shares ISA. So it's really flexible. However you want to, allocate your funds, it's pretty flexible. The Moneybox option is pretty decent, I must say. I'm perhaps overusing this word, but it gives you an option, especially for a starter, to choose between, a cautious account, or what they call a cautious account, a balanced account, and an adventurous account, depending on your risk appetite. The cautious account, is a balance between, stocks and then bonds. I generally don't tend to go for that option, because, I really want to invest in the stock market and not, bonds, because bonds don't pay that much. So in a cautious account, a larger proportion of the money is in bonds and just a little is in the stock market. And then in the balanced account, maybe 50-50. But in the adventurous account, then a lot more goes into the stocks and shares market. So it says, what if I already open an ISA? It says you can transfer and it tells you how. All right, let's go into it. So we are in the stocks and shares ISA. We continue. Let's create a profile, select, in fact, we've selected it, we add money and then we select an investment option. Let's see next, what does it say? So you can choose to, invest, an initial amount or whether do it weekly. Yeah, I'll just custom this and make it maybe 100. Okay. And then go to initial deposit. Yeah, 250 is fine. I want to start with 250. Actually, let me custom this to 200. Yeah, I'll do this. So 200 to start with, and then weekly deposit of 100. Continue. Of course, these amounts are just arbitrary. You can choose to adjust it however you see fit. All right, so we continue. Yeah. Deduct the amount the first of every month, which is the the direct debit. I wanted to deduct every month, and then we continue. Like I've said, you can adjust it anyhow you want. It takes it weekly, but I think you can adjust it to monthly also. So we continue. All right. So this is what I really want to focus on. So the investment option. All right. So, like I said, if you save the money in the stocks and shares either as cash, you only earn 3.8%, which I would not really recommend, because if you want to, save your money as cash, then use a savings account or even their cash ISA, which pays 5.09%, which is a lot better than 3.8. So, I'm here because I really want to invest. So you go to the start investing, you confirm where you want your money to be invested. Okay, so where do we want our money to go? Yeah, so here it gives you, the options, whether you want to be cautious or balanced or adventurous. And you can explore. This is the cautious, where it says that your money, 40% of your money is in cash. 20% is in government bonds. So that's about 60% of the money is in bonds or cash. I'm not happy with this option, actually. When you go to the balanced, you also see that about 25% of your money is in cash. Well, I guess you can consider this option. You can consider this option if you don't want all the money to go into stocks and shares. But I really, want all my money here to be invested in the stock market. But the good thing also here is that it gives you options. Actually, overseas corporate bonds, which is bonds actually, and then it gives you shares and then global shares. 65% in that, and then 10% in global property shares. So it's not that terrible, If you confirm, then you go ahead and add money, and then it will invest it for you. In fact, let's go back to the cautious, where once you confirm, it does it for you. So we see that 40% of your money is in a cash trust, and then 20% is in corporate bonds, 20% also in government bonds. So actually, about 80%. No way. Sorry, guys. So it shows that about 80% is in cash. I'm not happy with this option, really. And only 20% is in shares, which is global shares and then global property shares. No, that's not an option I would go for. But of course, that's my view. I'm not a financial advisor, so you can seek advice as to how you want to do yours. The balanced option, shows that about 65% is invested in global shares, which is provided by Fidelity. Fidelity is one of the the brokerage accounts, so that is also a good one. I generally don't use the Fidelity platform. I use Vanguard. So we go to adventurous, where you see that actually 80% of the money is invested in global shares provided by Fidelity. And then only 5% is in government bonds. So 95% of the money is in shares. So that's why, it says it's more adventurous, it's more risky, because a lot more of your money is in funds, or or shares, and that is what I seem to wish to go for. I want to invest in shares. So at Adventurous, we go to confirm. Of course, if you confirm, that means that you are agreeing for them to allocate your funds in that way. But actually, let's go back, return to select account here, continue. In fact, I would actually want to select my own I want to select my own funds that I want to invest in. I want to invest in the S&P 500. What you realize is that when you go for, so let's do 200, 100, yeah. What you realize is that when you go to the Adventurous and you select the option that Moneybox is giving you, start investing. So I think this is even good too. Yeah. So Adventurous. When you go to the Adventurous, if you confirm, then Moneybox will invest your money into the global shares, global property shares, and then the overseas corporate bonds. If that is what you want, you can of course click the global shares to see how it's performed. In the last 3 years, you can see that it's been going up. So that's not too terrible. It started around 2 point something, and now it's selling at 3 point something. So in the last 3 years, and then a year ago, well, so this is the performance. So if you're happy with this, then you can choose it. But these are the details. They charge 0.13%, but this is not what I'm looking for. I don't want to invest in the global shares by Fidelity. What I really want is S&P 500. So you go to customize allocation. Yes, that's what I want to do because I know what I'm looking for. So what I'm really looking for is ETFs. Yes. And I'm looking for so there's also the FTSE 100, which is the largest 100 companies in the UK. But that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the S&P 500 ETF. There's one provided by UBS, which is another investment platform. But what I'm after is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, and that is it. And they charge 0.09% as you can see down there. The one by UBS charges 0.17. So you can see why I'm such an advocate for the Vanguard one, because the charges are very low. Of course, there are other funds you can choose to invest in, like the European shares, cybersecurity ETF, which is provided by Legal & General. But what I'm looking for is the S&P 500 by Vanguard, which is quite a good one. I invest in. But of course, before you decide, you can speak to a financial advisor. Then you can continue. Then you can select your nationality. I'm a very proud Ghanaian, so I go to Ghana, Ghanaian, yeah. And then I continue, confirm, passport number. So from here it's details, and then you can invest in the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. Remember, you can customize it as you see fit, and so that is it. And I hope this helps you. Actually, what I notice is that the Moneybox option can be good. To be fair, it can be good because unlike the Vanguard platform, which only sells Vanguard ETFs or Vanguard products, on the Moneybox option you can buy from Legal & General, you can buy from Fidelity, you can buy from UBS. So it's like a supermarket, you see, which sells many other funds from other shops. So that can be good. Well, I hope you found this video useful, and if you've not subscribed, kindly join this growing channel and join our our over 10,000 subscribers. I'm really grateful for all the support I've received, and so thank you, and Merry Christmas when it comes. God bless.